Why would he leave his own country to come here?
Free cable.
Okay, so it's this shitty X-Files podcast. So the thing that we're going to weave, the thread that's going to be woven throughout all of them is that X-Files has to be mentioned at least once. So all I'm going to mention right now to make this an actual episode is that I'm wearing an X-Files t-shirt and you're wearing an X-Files t-shirt.
I took it off.
Oh, did you? Okay, you were in fact wearing an X-Files t-shirt.
Lake Okobogie.
Where did you get that t-shirt?
Jason got it for me as a Christmas present. Yeah.
That's like deep. That's some deep nerd shit right there.
Mm-hmm.
Well done. Yeah.
It's really soft. I get it. I just want to see them on a rooftop in Dallas.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So the connection for the shitty X-Files podcast is that there's on the Syfy channel a really poorly made up caveman on a soap opera. Like, are we watching a soap opera?
Man, I don't know what we're watching.
Me neither.
I don't even know if he's a caveman.
But then you wanted to make the connection
with Geico insurance.
With Geico insurance, and I don't know what you're talking about.
It's probably some United States bullshit.
But like the Geico caveman said the insurance was bullshit? Like, what was his
Oh, no. It was like, okay, do you know who Phil Hartman is?
Yeah.
Do you remember, he had this like caveman lawyer sketch where he'd be like a caveman. He'd be like, I don't understand your world, and anyway.
You'll have to show it to me later.
It's fucking funny. It's kind of like that, where it's like just cavemen in modern times doing modern shit.
Why does that sell insurance, though?
Dude, advertising in the last 20 to 30 years has gotten so fucking bizarre.
I think it's always been bizarre. Advertising in general is bizarre, I think.
Yeah.
Right? It's a bunch of people sitting around being like...
Do you ever look at a commercial, though, and you don't even know what it's for?
Manipulating psychology.
Sure.
Yeah. That's what people are doing,
But then it doesn't even, like, stick. Like, what? Why are his hands like that?
I don't know. But I do think that this caveman guy in this show is, if you were to throw, like, a big fuzzy coat over him, he could have played that opening scene in X-Files.
Oh, absolutely.
Fight the Future. As we've discussed, though, just now, both of us skipped that part a lot when we were watching it.
I mean, I've seen it once or twice, but I fast forward on my VHS player.
I brought it. I have it on DVD. We could put it in at some point and just watch that part.
You just want to watch that part? Oh, God.
So there's a plan.
Okay.
Yeah, my X-Files related question for you is, how often did Dana Scully go to the spa? Like, she's a working woman, right?
You're talking...
You're
not talking in reality, right?
I'm talking about the character. Dana Scully is working. She's a high-powered FBI medical doctor, right? She is working it. Days are busy as hell. But she looks fucking incredible.
She always has her nails done. Color on point.
Like, she never got roots. You're 100%
no
right about that.
fucking roots.
Her eyebrows. Did you say eyebrows already? Like,
no.
Just like, she's fucking
makeup
impeccably gorgeous.
Never looks tired.
There are women I work with.
Had a baby. Never looks tired.
Right? Women I work with, though, who pull that off. And it's because they fucking go to the spa.
Yeah.
All the time.
You think so?
I do think that.
Or
and
do you know
they take care of themselves.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
Right? They take care of themselves.
And they like themselves.
Many. Some don't. Like, you can tell.
You
can
think
tell
so?
the ones who are doing it to overcompensate versus the ones who are doing it because they're actually taking care of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
There's a difference.
Mm-hmm.
But Dana Scully, taking herself to the spa.
Mm-hmm.
She loves herself.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You think?
Yes.
Yeah. Or she hates herself because she chases Fox Mulder around. Like, I mean, it's kind of an abusive relationship if you think about it. Sort of over the long run of how they end up getting together. But,
yeah.
You know, we could explore that. Let's leave that aside. But for now, I want to ask you about, in her busy lifestyle. But she's going to be making some fat bank in that FBI job, right? Like, even back in the 90s, she's got to be making 6 figures. You don't think? Medical doctor? Hired?
I was thinking about that while in my massage. I'm like, she always said, I'm a medical doctor. But yeah, probably almost 6 figures. Probably like 80 or 90K.
Okay, all right. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Canadian?
No. Although they were living in D.C.
Cost of living.
So maybe 6 figures. Low
Do you
6
think
figures.
Fox Mulder is making more than Dana Scully?
Yes.
Probably, right?
Can we also talk about how Gillian walked in there 10 years younger, acting circles around him fucking constantly? I love David, but good God.
Early seasons are rough, for sure. He's got that Red Shoe Diaries vibe.
He doesn't emote. It's like, what are you doing, David?
He just like kind of like sticks that pouty lip out at the bottom. But he's so gorgeous. So she, though. It works, right? Because they're both easy to look at.
And she still is.
Yeah.
She's aged really, really well.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Does Dana Scully go to the spa less often than Gillian Anderson? Gillian Anderson's in the spa all the time, right?
Yeah, she goes less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's going once a month, you think?
Probably.
Dana Scully's going to the spa once a
but
month?
she wants to go more.
But she wants to go more, but she can't.
She has autopsies to do.
Yeah. She probably only gets off a weekend a month, right? Because otherwise they're flying around.
Do FBI agents randomly do autopsies on their
she was in a special unit and she was a medical doctor, so I'm willing to buy the fiction, okay? I'm absolutely willing to buy the fiction. All right. That's all I wanted to know.
Great.
We made this. Just turning this on because you made the statement that we watched Fight the Future, which is a 2-hour movie, but it felt like all day.
Yeah.
So what are your general reflections after watching it in the background? Do you have any?
Peak beauty for both of them.
For sure.
I mean, she's still beautiful.
They like shine in a very particular way, right? They both glow.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Still.
I agree.
It has like the different, like the bees and the corn and all that is kind of like sporadic. But it still holds up.
It moves around a bit, right? Like,
yeah, it does.
There's some city time, and then there's time in the desert,
than the second movie.
and then there's the Antarctic. I brought the second movie.
I know
too.
you did. I haven't seen it since we watched it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. We're gonna put it in. I don't know when.
Fuck!
But it's going on.
Oh.
I think it has to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to laugh at it at least, right?
We'll see.
I don't remember a whole lot of it.
Commentary.
I just remember being like, what the fuck?
It's got a pretty sophisticated storyline if you actually pay attention to what's going on in it. Yeah, but it's also, I think, poorly executed, right? And I'm pretty sure, like, I haven't seen it in a while either. But, like, who do they get to play Drummy? Like, there's the male and the female agents that they brought in. The dude, I don't remember his name right now.
Yeah, the girl, I remember.
And Keith would be yelling at me right now. His name's fucking whatever. I can't remember his name. And the girl, she was also pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Amanda.
No,
What's her name?
wait. Oh, I'm thinking, fuck, you know what? I'm mistaking, I'm mistaking, like, the later seasons.
Oh, Amanda Peet. That's what
I'm mistaking, like, the seasons that they just recently did.
Exhibit plays the... Yeah. They're pretty terrible, both of those two. And they really take from it, because this is my memory of it, and I probably haven't seen it in 3 years. 3 or 4 years. But Fight the Future holds up. Like, I would say to anyone who was like, should I watch X-Files? I would say watch that movie. Yeah. And if you're like, what's going on here? This is interesting. Mm-hmm. I like these characters. Yeah. I'm like, who's this smoking man? Alien conspiracy? Black oil? Like, what? Like, if you're watching that and you're like, intrigued, then go back and start at season 1 and just, like, settle in for some bad shoulder pads. And, you know, it's in 4x3. Like, it's got the letterbox beside
There's a lot of
right?
inexplicable episodes about Native American stuff that goes nowhere.
And I wonder, in hindsight, like, now that's 2021, how does that hold up? Like, is it respectful? Is it, like, done well?
When Jason and I watched them...
Is it, like, appropriation?
It was really boring.
Okay.
It's mainly just boring.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
It took us a long time to get through those early seasons.
Yeah.
There is such a noticeable switch when they go from Vancouver to shooting in LA.
Oh, yeah, everything gets brighter.
Everything's brighter and cheery and, clean and polished looking.
There's more, like, humorous episodes.
Yes.
Right? It's not as sort of somber.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you ever watch Breaking Bad?
No. Too bleak. Anyway.
That was Vince really, like... Because, like, you can see Vince in all his episodes, and you're
I
like,
see what you mean.
like, he has some of the best episodes.
Vince Gilligan.
And
what's
then,
he
like,
doing now?
Better Call Saul, which is a spin-off of Breaking Bad. I couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Breaking Bad's pretty heavy.
Okay, well, on to I Want to Believe Tomorrow, but... Like 6 hours of Fight the Future.
It was literally 6 hours of Fight the Future.
Yeah, something like that. Right. Well, we made this. At any point. My question for you is that did you know that yesterday we completely missed a major anniversary in the X-Files lore?
9/10?
September 10th, 1993 was when it first aired. How many years ago? Guess how many years ago?
Dude, see, I didn't even know that.
No, me neither. But
really?
I was scrolling Twitter this morning, and I hadn't scrolled Twitter last night, or yesterday at all. I didn't go on Twitter yesterday at all, and then today, like, you know how I don't know if you use Twitter at all, but it shows you tweets from maybe the last 24 hours or so that you might like. It doesn't have to be happening, like, right at the moment. Mm-hmm. So, there were a few people tweeting about it. So, 28 years ago.
Yeah.
I didn't start watching it.
Oh, no.
Like, my family watched it at that time, approximately. Mm-hmm. And it was sort of on and in the background, but I didn't really care about it. Mm-hmm. But I wasn't mad at it either. Like, it wasn't like, I'm going to run away if this is on. Yeah. And sometimes it scared me too much to watch at that age. Yeah. You know, I would have been under the age of 10.
Yeah, that's pretty... Yeah, I was, 6 years old?
Yeah. So it wasn't, it wasn't in my consciousness then. So that anniversary doesn't really resonate with me.
No, I guess me neither.
So when did you start watching it then?
I would have been 99.
99?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
It's going to be about that time.
Yeah.
Around there.
I don't even remember, how I got... if I just randomly started watching it, or... Oh, I remember now. Malcolm in the Middle came on, and that was a really big show.
Okay.
And so I started watching Malcolm in the Middle, and it came on right before X-Files.
Okay.
So I just started... exactly.
It's Sunday night?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what season... Do you remember what season it was? Like, what was happening?
Would have been... I think season 7.
Okay, yeah, I think I'm in the same pocket of, now waiting for episodes of season 7 to roll. I think it's probably the same pocket.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, because I remember the finale coming up, and I was like, what's going on? And then I remember watching, the premiere of season 6.
Sorry, that's gross. Sneezing on...
Oh, yeah. It happens. People sneeze.
That's gross. Sorry.
Yeah. And was season 6 is when she's, in Africa? Somewhere in Africa? Right?
Yeah.
In the desert somewhere.
Yeah.
Looking
they're, uncovering a ship.
Piece. And I remember being like, wait a minute, what's going on? Because that's the episode they aired after the finale, since there was nothing else. No more new episodes.
That's the Diana Fowley era as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Fuck her.
I mean, yeah.
We watched I Want to Believe last night, the movie, and you thought it was shit.
Still, yes.
Even from minute 1, you thought it was shit.
My opinion from when we originally saw it still stands, yes.
Still stands. Yes. Never changed.
No.
You never even tried to
I guess it wasn't as shitty as I remembered it, because I guess when I first saw it, it was just like we were saying in the beginning, all that build up and everything, it was like 30 seconds of a scene, and then that's what we got. And okay, they're in this shit now.
Yeah, like at the beginning.
Yeah.
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 And that was kind of shitty.
Yeah, there's like a 6-year gap between the last time we saw them, or 8-year gap or something like that. And it was just, I believe the word we used was lazy.
Yeah, it's really
the
lazy.
Writing was really, really
Very
lazy.
Chris and Frank Spotnit's not really doing a great job with that.
Right.
Yeah.
And like that's big for me to say because I don't believe in lazy,
No, I know.
but that seemed pretty lazy.
Like I said, I think you can be intellectually lazy with stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because, obviously...
Because he just wanted to get into whatever story he wanted to tell, so he was like, all is forgiven.
That's really what he was clamoring to come back for 6 years later to make a movie.
Right. And so that story is like, it's quietly horrifying.
Mm-hmm. Sure,
right?
Yeah.
Like, if you're actually trying to watch something and sink into it, the intellectual idea of everything that's going on there is pretty horrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And some of those shots at the end where they're actually trying to transfer the head onto the other body is also like, I don't know, it did kind of gets to me.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And then there's a lot of kid pedophile jokes that I'm not really too sure where that comes from. But he's making some comment on child rape by Catholic
I wonder
priests.
who's Catholic. Was he
it?
Catholic?
I don't know.
I feel like he probably
it's a good
was,
question.
since he made Scully Catholic. I never even read into that, but he probably is.
So he's making some point about Catholic priests buggering boys, right?
Right, which we know they do.
But
obviously.
they make him like, hero is the wrong word, but at the end, Mulder's still defending him, right? Mulder's still going, like, it's buried in the papers, like, it doesn't say in his obituary that he was a psychic and, like, cracked this case or whatever.
Right.
And I just am not entirely sure how, like, all that lands. Like, it doesn't land. It doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, I originally was watching it for the ship, and it pays off for the ship pretty big. But if you don't, that movie is not a good movie if you don't know those characters either, right? Because it's kind of slow.
That is not Fight the Future. That is not something I'd be like, yeah, watch it.
Yeah, like, I'm not
context.
recommending this movie to anybody.
Unless you're like a hardcore X-Files nerd and you've just never seen it.
Yeah.
It's like, you might as well watch it.
Yeah. Now, I am a defender because
Why?
I want it to be good. I want to believe that it's good.
It's not.
What is this?
Who dat?
That's my alarm. So you asked me if I have a favorite episode.
Yeah.
And I don't know, is the episode I watched the most and my favorite episode the same thing?
Really?
I don't know, I'm asking. Like,
For me, it would be.
Every year I watch How the Ghost Stole Christmas
Right.
at Christmas time. So even if I haven't watched any X-Files all year, I will watch that. So, but is it my favorite episode? I don't think so, but I love it.
It's one that you...
I don't know, it makes me feel like Christmas.
Yeah.
Because it's got the Christmas theme to it, and it's also just them.
Mm-hmm.
And they have, like, pretty amazing chemistry, like, in general. And it's kind of bleak and weird. Like, they shoot each other. Ed Asner's really good. Lily Tomlin's really good. It's, like, one set, which is super creative.
I love that.
Right? Like, they've done it all. Such a contained episode, and only actors that strong can carry something like that. So it could be close. It would be in my top 10.
Who wrote that episode? Do you know?
Good question.
I'm surprised you don't know.
I don't know.
I'm looking it up.
Okay. But other than that, if I'm looking to be comforted by X-Files, I'm going usually into season 6 or 7.
Yep.
And I'm picking something from there.
Yep. Well, that is season 6.
Yeah, that's season 6. You're right.
Written and directed by Chris Carter.
Wow.
See, like...
See, he doesn't do all shit. I think Fight the Future is his baby too, is it not?
Fight the Future?
Yeah.
I want to say yeah.
And if that counts as an episode, that's pretty high up there too.
It wasn't directed by him, though. Rob Bauman, remember?
Yeah.
Written by Chris Carter and Frank Spotnitz, just like I Want to Believe.
Right.
What happened? I mean, seriously.
What do you think happened?
I would love to know.
Maybe if we do this podcast long enough, they'll come and talk to us.
Budget? Was it like... I mean, obviously they didn't have the budget that they had with the first
They didn't have the budget, but resources were pulled together. Like, there was locations.
Yeah, there were locations. They filmed on locations. They got some
like Billy Connolly would have had to be paid.
Yeah, Billy Connolly and man,
like Exhibit wants some money.
Exhibit would get some money.
There's a whole soundtrack and everything.
I'm pretty sure that the husband of the guy, he was in Battlestar Galactica, I think. I could be wrong about that.
Okay.
But he's like a known actor.
Okay. So those are my top 10, but I don't know if they're my favorite. What about you? Do you have a favorite?
So you said that was, just general episodes from 6 and 7, and then Stole Christmas was your answer. Is that right?
Maybe something, I don't know if it's my answer. Maybe something else will pop in my head.
That's fair.
But it's the one I watch the most, and I really like it.
I think mine would be Bad Blood.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That is a good one. And that's earlier, too, right? Season 4? Season 4.
Wait, 4 or 5?
Ooh, good. Yeah, you're right. Maybe it's 5. I'm rusty.
I feel like that's one that I kind of forget which
And it's because you like the humor.
Love it.
Yeah.
It's because they pull it off really well. Season 5.
Yeah, Season 5. And
Written by Vince.
Written by Vince. He's got the best ones.
He's the best writer.
Small Potatoes, now that you say that. Small Potatoes, probably one of my favorite episodes. Could be my favorite. It's one that I go back to fairly often.
You're right. Small Potatoes is a great one.
And he wrote that, I'm pretty sure.
Vince did write that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see which episodes Vince wrote. That one with Bryan Cranston?
Yeah.
That is a great episode.
Drive. Yeah, that is a great episode. That's where they met, I think. Vince Gilligan and Bryan Cranston.
That might be like I wonder if that's where they met or
I remember hearing Bryan Cranston on an episode of Conan O'Brien's podcast.
I love
Conan. Very recently he was on there, maybe during the pandemic. Anyway.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that he told that anecdote. And that's a good premise. That episode has a great premise.
Okay, so Vince, and I'm not sure if these are solo writing credits or not, because I know he did do episodes with other people. But Bad Blood, Ex-Cops, great episode.
Ex-Cops, yeah.
Small Potatoes, Pusher, that was a really good episode.
That is a good one. That's early season 2.
Je Souhaite.
Je Souhaite.
Je Souhaite.
Yeah, I like that one too.
That's a really good one.
Yeah.
Sunshine Days?
That's season 9.
Is that the one with the things in the neck?
Brady Bunch kind of one?
Oh, that's that one.
I think.
That was
not great.
None of that season was great. I'm just going to be honest.
Okay.
I don't know if you have any feelings about it.
I want to like it. I want to like it all.
Mm-hmm.
This is my problem, right?
Jose Chung's From Outer Space.
That's
great
a good one too.
John Doe?
Yeah, that's season 8. I think it's a Doggett episode.
See, that's what I don't remember.
He's in, I want to say Mexico, and he wakes up there shoeless. He looks good in that. I remember having a bit of a John Doggett crush.
Okay.
During that period of time. He hasn't aged particularly well.
No, he has not.
But I'm sad that he didn't make it into the revival. I thought that character deserved
I don't think
to
he
be
wanted
in there.
to, from what I heard.
Really?
Yeah.
And I also wonder if they were carrying forward comic continuity. So there's a season 10 done in comics.
Right.
And he dies early in season 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, there is one on here that I do not like. This isn't it, but he did Unruhi.
Oh, yeah.
Unusual Suspects. Monday, which I love Monday. Monday might be one of my favorites, even though it's just a Groundhog Day type thing. But I love that shit. Mm-hmm. I love that trope of a story, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
Field Trip. I hate Field Trip.
I love Field Trip.
I hate Field Trip.
Oh.
I don't know why, but I always have.
They're like high as balls.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I just remember hating it. I haven't seen it in a long time. Maybe I would think of it differently now, but also Kitsunagari, which was
that's a heavy conspiracy episode.
That's right. Yeah.
I want to say it's season 5.
But that was with somebody else. This isn't complete though because it doesn't have Drive on here. I wonder if they could ever get him to come back to write anything. Although I doubt they'll do anything else. Do you think they'll do anything else?
I want them to, but I think Gillian Anderson has drawn a hard line in the sand.
It's because they keep fucking her over with her pay.
And she's got some pretty shit storyline at this point. Like, what's her shit about at this point? Like, why is she pregnant in her 50s now?
What? I totally fucking forgot about that. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. What? I forgot about that.
That's how it ends.
What?
Mulder shoots Smoking Man. William falls into the water also. I forget how that happens. It's now, like, official, like, for realsies that Smoking Man is dead.
Right.
William surfaces.
He couldn't die in, like, a building blowing up, but anyway. And I remember William resurfacing.
And then Scully and Mulder have this moment at the end that's sort of like, what is this crazy shit that's been happening to us? And then he says something like, I'm sorry I couldn't give you, like, it becomes all about pregnancies and birth and like he's basically saying, like, this is horrific. And then she takes his hand and she puts it on her stomach and she's like, but it's not too late or something, and because she's indicating that she's now pregnant again.
I don't remember that at all.
you dissociated.
Fuck.
It's not great, but I want to like it.
I remember not hating it as much as, like, that movie, though. I remember not totally hating it. Man, yeah, I guess I need to rewatch.
Yeah. So how are we going to do our rewatch is the question. Like, we should make more of these episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know how we do it. Maybe put it on a schedule.
We would have to schedule it.
Like the 4th Sunday of every month or something. Which means
I'm going to be at Jeremiah's on the weekends. So a weekday would work better for me.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if that's good.
We'll figure it out. Great question, though. So are you picking a favorite then?
Am I
Bad Blood? You're saying it's Bad Blood.
Just off the top of my head, yes.
Yes. Okay.
Without thinking any deeper on it, yeah.
We made this.
Who made this?